Well. Hello, hello. Hold on one second. As usual, let me play around with my settings here. Make sure volume checking. Hold on. Okay, music is too loud. So how do I change that? Let me go into this Rodecaster. Blah. Drop this down. Drop it down a bit more. Maybe a little bit more. Okay, I think that's probably good, yeah? And then as for my voice, it looks beautiful, sounds beautiful. Okay, cool. All right, done with that. Let me see if it's coming through the speakers. Testing, just a little bit. Okay, let's turn that down on the speakers. Cool. Hello everyone. Kavai, thanks. Good to see you again. Thanks for all your help in the DMs with this potential trip to Norway. How amazing would that be, huh? Hello, welcome to, what is today? Day 124, I believe. So, yeah, what a wonderful day. Glorious day, some would say. Today, right now it is almost 7 p.m. I'm probably going to do a fairly short stream today. I say short as in maybe like a couple hours or so. Tomorrow I have to wake up super early, and yeah, there's just a few other things I'll be juggling. So that's what I'm thinking right now. Thank you guys for being here. Mustafa, hello. Thank you for saying, well, I guess you spoke with your emotes. So thank you for that, the welcoming emotes over on Kick. Wow, we're starting off with some Kick. We got 2 people over on the Kick side. Background actor with your emote. Thank you very much for checking me out on the Kick side. I don't know if you're still there, but if you are, I appreciate it. Okay, so welcome guys. We are now live on YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. I'm going to go live on TikTok in a bit. Oh, I see my cat looking very glorious himself. Look at this handsome lad. I did adjust the lighting slightly, so he is a bit more brightly lit. Also, he's acting like a statue, which is a little bit freaky. Hold on, let me look over at him. Hey, bud. All good? Okay, he is not, in fact, a statue. So that's good news. Good news, everyone. What about... Well, actually, no, look at him. Okay, he's looking adorable. Do the little lick. Clean yourself, Kimpap. Okay, anyways. And then we've got Nala over here, showing her ass. All right, so we got the whole crew hanging out with us at the start of the stream today, so that's great. And let's hop back over to this mode here. Kimpap imagining himself as a statue is hilarious. Yeah, let's just go back to him for a second. Let's just enjoy for a moment the real reason you will tune into my live streams. It's to hang out with my cats. Look at these guys. So this one is again shot with the Nikon Z6 III with the 50mm f1.2 lens. And then what do I have the settings on? I think I turned it into manual focus. I'm shooting at f2 right now in terms of the aperture. And yeah, 30 frames per second. So there we go. Wow, we're learning so much about filmmaking and videography through live streaming. So everything is like transferable skills. You know what? I just want to keep looking at Kimpap here. He looks adorable. We'll just do a 24/7 cat camera live stream. Wow. Handsome lad. But yeah, joking aside, I do want to be... I want to be a little bit productive today. Just a little bit. Like I said, I'm only going to do like a couple hour stream, I think. So in that time, I do want to crack on, get a few things out of the way in terms of video editing, and then maybe just some conversations. I got YouTube opened up in case I wanted to watch some videos. For example, let's see if it works. Hold on. Okay. All right, so we've got our DaVinci ready to go here. check. We've got Lightroom ready to go here. Check. Although I might need to shrink these guys a bit. And we got YouTube over here. And I was searching dog sledding. So again, thank you Kavaitsu. Shout out to Kavaitsu in the in the Twitch chat. So yeah, I appreciate the advice and the information you're giving me about a potential trip to Norway to go dog sledding. You know, how cool is that? So as part of that, I should do a bit more research. It behooves me to do some more research. Let's see, there's a National Geographic video from 11 years ago. Sled dogs, more than meets the eye. All right, what happens if I click on this now? Am I gonna get DMCA'd or something? It's National Geographic, I'm assuming I will. Oh, well, let me subscribe to them on this channel. Okay, so here's what I was thinking in terms of like the kind of content that I would hopefully capture on a hypothetical trip. I say hypothetical, but on a proposed trip to Norway. It sounds like this was in Yellowstone, or I briefly read the description there. But either way, let's say we travel to Norway to go probably like a week and a half. Usually for my travels, I find a week and a half is like the perfect amount to travel. So anywhere from like around 10 days, 9 to 10 days. So let's say if I spend about 9 to 10 days in Norway, and the bulk of that, I would want to just actually go on a dog sledding expedition. So just immerse myself and embrace the culture of like, yo, put me on one of these sleds, give me the leash, show me the way, that kind of thing. But yeah, I think it'd be fun to kind of actually go cross country on these dog sleds and then, you know, just film the whole experience, try to show the day in the life of, I think Kavai, you called it mushers. So, the people who, I guess they're the ones who do the dog sledding? Mushers. So yeah, film the mushers, see their way of life, how they train the animals, how they bond with them, and then just kind of showing how this tradition has existed for transportation and so on. So I think that would be really fun to film. And then my thought was similar to how these guys have it, but with better camera equipment, because this was shot 11 years ago apparently. But imagine with better
You're on the
equipment,
sled and you're going and it's just quiet and you can just hear the dogs running and like the little clatter.
Ooh, but I don't have a drone. A drone would be... wait, no, I do have a drone. What am I talking about? I have a drone, but I'm not good at operating the drone. But I guess a drone shot would be nice to tie in with the dog sledding, because I imagine it'd just be like showing it, you know, it would be circling you as you're going cross country. So I didn't think about that. But I do have an Insta360, right? So I could hook it up to I have my selfie pole, so that'll kind of quote unquote mimic a drone, but obviously it's not the same thing.
Of the buckles and the clicks. I think that's the most peaceful thing for me.
This kind of weather, this is what I'm looking for.
I'm 14. I've probably been racing for about 2 years.
Sled dog racer. Yeah, so this is where I'm currently working through how to set it up. Hey, what's happening? BC's in the chat saying good morning, fine sir. Is the gambling thing working? Have we fixed the problem, or do I need to still play around with it? Let's see. It's still not working? Okay, give me a second. We're gonna figure this out now. I'm on Streamlabs. What would cause it? I feel like we figured out how to fix this in the past, and it was like one of those really annoying answer is so simple type situations. So what would it take to fix? I'll go to CloudBot. Okay, maybe I go to settings. Loyalty settings. Everything looks good over on this side. Maybe I need to turn on. Give me a second. I also need to turn up the AC. Turn down the AC. I need it to be colder here. I'm getting... Let me sip on this drink. Okay. BC, I have no idea how to freaking fix this thing, man. Why? Why would it stop working? And I remember we did fix it eventually. Don't forget to mod Streamlabs by typing /mod Streamlabs. I mean, I think I've already done that, but let's just do it again. Mod Streamlabs. And then if I do heist 1, 2, what is today? Welcome to day 124. Let's see if this works. Also, I need to stop typing in this chat because then it like duplicates it everywhere. Wait, hold on. So BC, the heist command works. So either I just fixed it by doing this mod thing, or maybe the gamble feature specifically. Is that? I don't remember seeing that anywhere. Let's see, betting. No. Commands. Module. Okay, see, I see the heist. Gamble. Yeah, gamble is turned on. You just do gamble and then you put in a certain number of points. I don't know if gamble all. I do seem to remember that was a command though. It says, hold on, you say it didn't start a heist. It says when it starts by prompting others to join. My point is that the command is functional, right? At least Streamlabs has responded. Whereas I think previously when you were typing in gamble, nothing popped up, I think is what you're saying. So let me see. Man, I need to look into more games, by the way, for sure. Oh, hey, BC. I just, I am able to change it. There is a maximum amount that I can change for the gambling feature. Hold on. So I can make it so you can lose it all. Wait a second. I'm going to make the maximum amount 1 million. So now we are going to raise the stakes so you can lose all your points. Hold on. Let me save the settings. Oh yeah, there's all these like multiplier effects. Oh wow, I didn't realize I could play around with it. Well, you want to go full send? We'll go ahead and try. I don't know if it'll work. Maybe just do gamble, just do ! gamble and then put in the number of points. Instead of saying all, maybe that function was not working. Okay. Anyways, these are all things I should have spent more time. As I've gotten more comfortable doing live streams, one of the things that I've definitely dropped the ball on is kind of looking into more of the gamification and like the loyalty / like engagement level stuff. And I don't want to like lose sight of that, but I've just tried I've been trying to focus my time on some other things first. But that is a big thing I do want to keep building up. But yeah. Still not working. Nothing shows in chat if it is working. Fastest way is that. Hold on. Oh, you know what? It's working on YouTube. Because I'm seeing the messages come through on the YouTube side, but is it not coming over on the Twitch side? Okay. So we have now isolated the problem. This is good. Wow, we're like back in some kind of science class. Process of elimination, as they say. So something is wrong with my Twitch connection to Streamlabs. Aha. Now, what does that mean? What does that narrow down for me on if I'm on Streamlabs? So we're saying that the Twitch thing is not connected. Oh, wait. Maybe it's a Twitch thing. Maybe that's what happened last time. That some connection I needed to like give permission again on Twitch maybe. Here, first let me do /mod Streamlabs. Let's see if that Streamlabs is already a moderator of this channel. Okay. We're gonna get there. Kavai says fastest way to 1 million. Yes, let's get there. So if I go to my creator dashboard, what causes this? Would it be under settings, channel, stream? Here, let me try again here on the let me try it just on the Twitch side. So if I do !gamble 55, does anything happen? Okay, what if I just do any other, if I do !YouTube? Oh, okay, so none of my commands are working on Twitch. What the hey? This sounds like a good time for me to ask our lovely ChatGPT. Hold on. Oh, and my ChatGPT is also not working still. What the heck? Why is everything breaking down today? Or I guess recently. I just want to do a little bit of voice chat. What about Claude? Does Claude do AI stuff? Or voice stuff? My Twitch and Streamlabs. My Streamlabs commands are not working on Twitch chat. What could be the issue? Streamlabs often fails in Twitch because the bot isn't moderated. CloudBot is toggled off in the dashboard. Okay, so maybe something got toggled off. Let's see. In your chat, restarting CloudBot. Key fixes include typing that. I did that. Okay, so let's go over to freaking Streamlabs. Okay, I'm just gonna toggle off the CloudBot, and then we're gonna toggle it back on. I'm gonna be so annoyed if that's what fixes it. It's like this typical IT answer of like, have you tried turning off your computer and turning it back on? Let's try. YouTube. Oh shoot, wrong one. Okay, it's working. Or I think, hold on. Let's do gamble all. All right, it's working. Thank you, BC. Thanks for being so diligent. And thanks for your patience. We have officially fixed it. And I almost feel like I need to keep note of this solution, because this has happened to us in the past. And this is what I'm saying. I had a thought in my mind that this happened before. I was having deja vu. And I remember the solution was like the simplest freaking thing in the world. And it is. It was literally, I just had to toggle off my CloudBot and toggle it back on. So what the hell, man? This is the life we live. This is why I wanted to be a streamer, to deal with these kind of situations. But yes, thank you very much. I appreciate it. You double? Nice, nice. But keep in mind, BC, I have officially turned off the maximum ceiling. So now you should be able to gamble everything away. So have at it. All right. So, welcome guys to my stream. Oh yeah, before I really get into some work, I figured I should check out this video about dog sledding. And let me clear my throat. Oh, see, this is what I want to film.
I like to run the dogs because it's my escape from the world. It gives me my 2, 3.
So Kavai, just as an FYI from our conversation before, you're at 418,000, says BC. Oh man, well let's see if you can make it all the way. But yeah, so what I was mentioning to Kavai earlier is that this is something, it'd be kind of similar in terms of my approach, not really. But I do want a mixture of interviewing at least one person. The moment I interview, I might want to interview more people just for backup. But ideally, I like telling a story from like one person's perspective and then everything else. It just simplifies the story for me. Similar to the short film that I made, which is on my YouTube channel, right? So the island, the chimpanzee island, where I just had the voice of the main director. And he basically takes on the role of all people, you know? And I enjoyed that approach because it makes the story feel more intimate and personal. The moment I introduce too many interview characters, it kind of, you become more surface level in the story for each character now people have to care about, you know? Daytor is here, says, hey Yobel, hello chat. Guten Abend, Daytor. Thanks for being here. We had one other person from Germany join my stream yesterday. So we will slowly build up our German audience. So there we go. But yeah, so like this kind of interview stuff would be great for sure.
4 hours at a time where I can literally forget all of it, everything. You don't take a cell phone.
Man, do I need to get a drone? Because this would be really nice to film. Sorry, I have a drone, but it's a DJI Mini something, DJI Mini Pro, which is serviceable, but you know, I don't know if it can keep up with, like, if I'm filming most everything in 4K, really nice resolutions and stuff.
Check email. It doesn't matter what's going on anywhere else. Generally, I like the dogs better than I like most people. The rodeo run is a 2-day dog sled race. Each team will race 2 days in a row on
But this kind of stuff, yes, I want to film that.
the same trail. We'll take time each day and add those times together, and total time will determine the winner. Fastest time wins.
It's an awesome.
And then Dator says, yes, I know, I came with this stream back to you. Oh yeah. Oh wait, was that how that guy was there? Gotcha. Well, thank you very much for being here, guys. I'm probably gonna stream for just like a couple hours or so. I'm not sure. I have to wake up slightly early tomorrow. I want to try to, at the very least. I slept a bit too late last night because I was finishing up Fargo season 1. Amazing show, by the way. I watched Fargo season 1 and 2 maybe like 5 years ago, or like a long time ago, and I didn't realize there were more seasons that had come out since. So now I'm just like binge watching it all. So unfortunately I slept super late. So I need to go to sleep earlier today so I can wake up at a better time tomorrow.
Something the dogs are doing what they were bred to do. They love to run, and people that say, "Oh, that's not nice. You let your dogs pull and run."
See, like here we've already been introduced to 3 characters. I get it, but like I'm not a National Geographic documentarian or whatever, or like I don't know. I get the point of this story. To me though, I want to learn how to be like a filmmaker in the sense of like, how do I make the audience feel emotionally connected to a character? The character being either the sled person or the musher, I think was the word Kavai said, or the dogs themselves. And I just think if I really want to get people to care about a bunch of different people, then I have to have a longer short film. It won't be as short of a film because I want to give them due time to like get people to know who they are, bond with these characters. I hope that makes sense.
To show them a harness, they just go nuts. They're so excited to run. They love it.
Whereas like so far, because they've introduced like 3 different people, and this is only less than 4 minutes long, so you don't have any time to actually know who they are. You're barely paying attention to who they are. You're just hearing different voices, and I would prefer just like that one voice with all these dogs.
They have to have this great desire to travel. They have to have great appetites. They have to have tough feet.
When most people think of sled dog,
So what is the sense that I'm getting from this? This definitely feels more like commercial, I guess, maybe is the word I'm thinking of. Like I can see this playing on CNN or like something briefly as a trailer.
they think of the pretty fluffy ones with the blue eyes and the pointed ears. We actually run what they call Alaskan Huskies. They have been bred with greyhounds and salukis and German short-haired pointers and Irish setters. Anything you can think of to make that husky just a little bit faster.
And then one comment that I had made earlier. So in case all of this is confusing, because I've only been chatting about this briefly in the past couple streams. So basically, I'm trying to get back into travel mode. So we've started the new year. We're already into mid-Feb, right? And as part of that, I'm looking to what trips can I start lining up while I mix in other projects. So one of them is Uganda. So I've got a organized tour in April. So I should be taking a number of people with me, and you know, it's like a set itinerary that I've put together to do like the gorilla treks, chimpanzees, the shoe bills, all of that. So that's going to be fun. That's in beginning April. And then in March, potentially I might have a film project. It is still TBD, but there's a chance I might be traveling for a project, but then that's a separate project as opposed to like my own personal stuff, right? So yeah, there's that. And then I have so much space in between. And then we've talked about doing the live streams for Africa, or like doing the wildlife live streams. I can technically do it here as well. So that would be targeting like Kenya, maybe Zimbabwe, South Africa, places like that. And that would be starting in around May. So for the summertime and that kind of period. So those are like the quote unquote trips that I have lined up. And then I'm taking a couple with me to Uganda in October. So doing like a private tour. But these are not trips for me. These are trips for others, right? So I haven't really organized, I haven't scheduled a trip for me, like a storytelling, you know, making a short film, that kind of documentary style thing. So this was one of the thoughts I had was, you know, could I then travel to Norway? So Kavai, hello, DTK is in the chat, says, what's up? I am here. Where is everybody? Everybody, well, yeah, actually the people you chat with, where are they? Where is Fedorevsky and the crew? We need Swiss Army Cinema, King Kruk. Who else am I missing? Sorry. Anyways, I get what you're saying. Good to see you, DTK. I'm having a shorter stream today. I'll probably stream for about a couple hours at the very least, and then go to sleep early. But I'm doing well, thank you. Hopefully you are doing well as well. So right now I'm just talking about a potential trip to Norway. Maybe I will be able to travel here beginning March, maybe end of Feb. So by the end of this month, perhaps if I do a good job of reaching out and like organizing it or like figuring out all the logistics and all that kind of stuff, ideally I'll spend about 10 days in Norway, and I want to do like an expedition where I'm on one of these dog sleds. I'm just filming the whole journey, but it's not just for adventure of like, hey, I wanted to go on a dog sled and, you know, film it. I mean, that is cool, but ideally I want to go on this trip with more of like a short film concept in mind. So I want to like try to interview the owners of the dog sled and like understand this tradition, why they do it, how it started, you know, like just paint a broader picture, or like, you know, just do more of a awareness type video of learning. You know, I'm just here to learn. I want to see what it's like, what this tradition is. And obviously there's dog sled racing, so I'm curious how it went from like a tradition of dog sledding for transportation and survival, and now it's shifted over to dog racing. And then for me it's a question also of like ethics as well, right? Because I don't actually know. But I'm curious to kind of dive into like, you know, how are there any controversies with dog sled racing? And if there are, the people hopefully I'm going to be filming with, they can actually point the other way of like showing both sides to this and all that kind of stuff. DTK is saying, wait, you are streaming on a new platform? Yeah. Oh yes, I am. Well, not new. I when I first started streaming back in August, I was testing YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. But then I made some changes to the tech stack that I was using, and I lost access to Kick, or my thing would keep crashing. I did fix it though, so now I'm back to testing out Kick alongside YouTube and Twitch, and I will start my TikTok stream shortly, most likely. But I want to watch this YouTube video first, and I don't want to get in trouble, because TikTok seems to be on my ass about these things a bit more. So yeah, I just want to watch some video, see what the experience might look like. So yeah, this story seems to be more focused on the racing side of things. So I'm trying to look into like dog sled tradition, and then let's look up Norway maybe. Here we go. Oh man, see we've got amazing dog sledding tours in Tromsø, Norway. Dog sledding in Norway. Dog sledding in Norway. Matti and the most extreme distance athletes on Earth. Sled dogs life below zero. Okay, so this is National Geographic. Let's check this out. Oh, is this what I was watching? No, this is different, right? Oh, but it was like playing for me already, huh?
I'm the alpha male and Kate's the alpha female. And whatever you do, never get between the man and his dog.
This afternoon's
Okay.
going to be a really big day for our puppy Jack. He's 5 months, almost 6 months old now. So we're going to try to get him trained to run along with the team.
If you don't train these dogs up ahead of time, you can find yourself in a pretty bad situation with no leaders and no trained dogs. For Jack, today is about getting familiar with running in and around the team, and also starting to build confidence.
Hi, Jack! Yay!
Jeek.
How's Jack doing back there?
He's doing good. He's ready.
All right, so let's think about here are my thoughts. DTK says, see you later. Well, thank you very much for hopping in. Have a good day. We'll see you at some point in the future. I got to keep an eye at like what kind of filming setup would I have. So I was mentioning I can set up the action camera. Maybe I was thinking I can hook it up to one of the dogs, assuming the collar and everything works out.
Jack! Now he's getting around up front. Hey, Jackman!
So if I can stick a camera, the DJI, the Osmo Nano onto the lead dog, that could lead to some cool shots.
I could put him in just a small little beam on the way home, give him a little run.
Okay. And then one issue, I guess, is like to get shots like this, obviously I would need to be positioned well ahead of another sled to film them passing by. So it does get a bit more complicated given that I'm a solo traveler usually. So, you know, that's another thing I gotta kind of figure out is like how to film some of these moments if I'm just by myself.
In the harness and see how he does. Dogs are probably the most important part of our lifestyle out here.
They provide us with our transportation. We use them for freight. For me, probably one of the most important things is they're my companions.
Hey, Bergie boy!
So this is the kind of things that I definitely want to focus on. So when they're talking about like, you know, a little bit of the utility of the dogs for their day-to-day living, but then also the bonding that happens.
You ready to go up the eagle? Huh?
You look so excited.
Yay! Yay!
Bad boy, straight ahead. Whoa!
Oh man, let's say this trip happens, when I come home, my cats are gonna have a field day. If I just come home smelling like a bunch of dogs, oof.
Right there. Everybody stay here. Everybody stay. This year the river ice jammed up right to the bank. There's a lot of hollow ice here. It's the stuff you gotta worry about with the dogs. Right there, they fall into that. That's when a shoulder gets blown out. Jumble ice poses a couple of different problems. I can get through it, but it's very easy to hurt a dog when you're going through rough jumble ice. And I'm really concerned about taking care of my dogs because they're my workforce. They are everything to me in the wintertime. Making sure they don't get hurt is...
Wait, these guys sound very American. Did I... Oh, this is Alaskan sled. Okay, I wanted to watch I wanted to see something from Norway. Reindeer sledding. Ooh, that's the other thing that I want to film the reindeers. Reindeer? 30 minutes continuous footage of sled dogs. That's enough. Oh, okay, hold on. Because this is definitely what I want to do as well. Can I just do watch later?
Shots! Okay, hi.
Okay, so I definitely need a camera hooked up to the front of the sled for this point of view. This is definitely a nice one. And I still want an action camera on the lead dog. And then I'll have like, let's say an Insta360 sticking out the end of the sled probably. And I'll need what else? Probably like one of those magnetic, yeah, I might put something on my chest as well. Actually, I don't know. And then the other question is, could I do this on a live stream? So let's imagine if I'm able to get my hands on a Starlink. So maybe I would purchase a Starlink in Norway, because I believe it is available there. Hook up the Starlink to the back of the sled. And then if I get one of those cases for my video switcher, audio switcher, then I should be able to run the live stream from that case. Man, that would be so fun. That is definitely the stretch goal, is to see if I can do live streaming from a trip like this coming up. But it's just, the only problem is that there's not a lot of time. We're already mid-Feb. That means I would need to lock this in like the next couple weeks. I mean, obviously, I would need to lock it in fairly soon. It's not impossible, right? Like, for instance, the trip to Uganda for the chimpanzee film project, that one I technically put it all together in, I think, like in less than a week in terms of outreach, figuring out the itinerary, securing everything, and then flying out there. Yeah, see, we can totally do this. Just, you know, we would obviously have better quality cameras. I'd have the proper like ND filters, so this will look way more cinematic, but hopefully still feel very like authentic. You know, like a long form But it's good to see this is a good example of one of these videos that works. 30 minutes continuous footage of sled dogs. Because one of the things, I was planning on doing something like this with one of my trips to Uganda, where I was doing some chimpanzee or gorilla treks, where I had the Insta360, the GoPro, and some other cameras basically recording almost the entirety of it. So then my thought process was like, oh, maybe I can just publish this onto my YouTube channel as a single continuous piece of like, here's what a gorilla trek or here's what a chimpanzee trek looks like, start to finish. No cuts, you know, just as long as I was filming, you can see the exact authentic experience. So yeah, it seems like there is an audience of people who might enjoy that kind of content. So less polish, just show me the goods. And the beauty of this is that the footage is much more stable compared to when I'm like walking around inside a forest. Oh man, I definitely need to make this trip happen.
There you go, guys.
So I'm imagining I would hook up my Nikon ZR. Basically, this would be the Nikon ZR. Like, this feels like the best point of view. So maybe I would need to. I have no idea. I've never been on a sled, so I don't know if this guy's standing right now. But maybe I don't know if the sled could fit a tripod, or at worst case, I can have like a monopod. Hook up the ZR to the monopod and just kind of hand hold it in a sense. And then I'm assuming I would need to use like a 20mm. Kavai says for a live stream, a Starlink would definitely be helpful for a steady stream. Yeah. And the issue is I can't purchase a Starlink in Dubai, but I believe I could purchase it in Norway. In which case then I can purchase it there and then bring it back with me.
Easy.
But then one issue is I think it depends on the Starlink itself. I think if I get the really heavy-duty Starlink, which is the one I was thinking of for Africa, there's supposedly some kind of plan limitation where it's only within certain continents. So if I purchased it in Europe, I can only use it in Europe or something like that. I have to double check. Gavai says yes, he's standing on the sled, but there are sleds where you can sit on. That's better for filming with the big camera. I mean, I don't mind standing because the camera angle being slightly higher is probably better for this kind of perspective. Because the moment that if you imagine the camera was much lower, then you're basically just staring at the dog's asses the whole time, right? And you don't get to see a lot of what's ahead. So for something like this, I think having a higher point of view is actually better. Because now you can see the closest and the farthest dogs all within the frame. This would be so fun to watch as a live stream. Okay, let me skip to the end. Maybe when we take a break, he shows the camera or what it looks like. One thing I guess I was a little bit surprised by is in my mind, I just assumed all the dogs would look like those, like the typical huskies. But I think some of the videos I was just watching just now, the dogs all kind of look different. You have some that look like the proper husky, and then others just look like a freaking, a house dog. I don't know what the term would be. Dog sledding, Norway.
I was heading to means that
darking out. I review life. It's
oh, and then of course I want to see the Northern Lights.
And you can see the ripples going. What's the
through the generations?
Oh, this is the thing you're talking about, Kavai, the Finnmark slopet.
200 kilometers.
They have been through their generation.
Oh, you don't know?
No.
It's the Finnmarksløpet. It's the dog sled. The whole race is 1,200 kilometers.
They have been through their generations selected the best dogs, the dogs that are not only physical the best, but mentally the best. The dogs that want to run, always. And Mark's,
Where they rest up for the night after they've come in at the end of each in a couple of hours ago, 2 hours ago, and
The Finnmarksløpet, the activity.
Upon a dog sled and go for a ride, you need to be taught by a professional. Ironically, my instructor was from England. Craig had moved to Norway because he loved the Arctic.
I just want to
and the
film
way
in
of
the
life.
snow like this.
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
Can be in my well, presentation in itself.
See, this guy had a crew with him.
Yeah.
So I did.
Yeah. So Kavai, I don't know how good your camera operating skills are, but maybe you can join me.
Up here is it, and just.
All right, we've got the soft brake, we've got the hard brake here. All right. Soft brake is used for controlling the speed if you're going down a hill or anything like that. And then also you've got the hard brake. This is really good at stopping.
Mm-hmm.
One rule is hold on at all times. Hold on even if you fall off.
So this is one where it's like, I guess ideally I can mix and match, because it would be fun to do the dog sledding myself, but then I'd be mostly in filming mode, so that can get a little tricky for me to be holding a camera and also operating one of these sleds. Some race with other dog breeds too, but Alaskan most typical. I could join you and film for a few days. Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Yeah. So what can happen is you might lose your footing and you end up doing this sort of Superman thing. Hold on, try and pull yourself back up onto the runners, get back up onto the sled.
Mega.
Yeah? Yeah? Alright, pretty simple.
So the dogs are ready. I've got my team ready. They're all lined up. Time to head out.
God, this is what I want, man. I want this experience. Just like sledding through the snow.
So, dog pushing. I have a team of 6 dogs pulling me along on a...
Yeah, so then I would need one camera so I can use one for like internal selfie shot, and then the other one pointing forward. Although I guess I have to be concerned with if it's too snowy. Trying to run a live stream could be a bit
sled.
risky.
The weather's come in. It's snowing hard. This is absolutely amazing. The Norwegian Arctic, being pulled along by a dog team.
The landscape around here is absolutely incredible. This is the Norwegian Arctic and everything is frozen and covered in snow. And mostly the best time of year to travel because all the lakes are frozen, the ground is hard, the dogs in the sled can move over it. And it's just so starkly beautiful. Right up here is amazing. The land is so smooth and flat. Great, all right. So one of the lead dogs is having a bit of an argument with the other lead dog, trying to make sure that he gets in front. And it means he's pushing the other lead dog over into the snow all the time. So Craig is just swapping around the naughty lead dog with the dog in the middle. So hopefully they'll all run a bit smoother.
And they did. It's easy to think that happiness comes from earning money or acquiring new things. But from the awe-inspiring Northern Lights to sledding through the wilderness, my trip to Finnmark showed me that time in nature is the most rewarding pursuit in life.
Okay. So yeah, this is not necessarily exactly like this, obviously, but the point is to be able to spend multiple days with like, legit, what do you call it? Mushers, as Kavai said. Interview them, see the lifestyle of the dogs, go obviously on a trek here, see the Northern Lights. Just film the whole experience, and then take away from this would be hopefully better appreciation for this way of living, and then sharing that through my video. So yeah, anyways, so I still got to do a lot more research on this, but we're already at Feb 12, so the ideal state is that I could hopefully figure this out so that I could fly end of February to Norway and then spend about 7 to 10 days going on like a multi-day expedition, film people, interviews, photograph, video, blah blah blah. So yeah, and if I do a good job of this, the hope is that I can keep using my portfolio of like, hey, here's another example of something I've done from my travels. So hey, would XYZ company, do you want to work with me if I travel to this location and using your products or your support, sponsorship, blah blah blah. So those are the things that I'm trying to work on right now. Man, I do want to keep editing this photo. This photo ended up looking pretty good. And I think the framing is decent. So yeah, I do want to keep working on this, but I'm so far behind, so I need to get cracking. Let's get on with Mongolia. So we got our Mongolia thing here. Let me just full screen this guy now. And this means I will go live. Okay, so now I'm gonna go live on the Tickety Talkety at the same time. So let me check, is everything up and running? We've got our Kick stream, we've got our Twitch stream, we've got our YouTube stream all ready to go. All right. TikTok is running. Okay, let's get started. So today is no different from the other 2 days or so where I just need to finish Mongolia episode 2. So I want to start from the beginning as always and just kind of refresh the palette cleansing phase real quick. Hold on. Let's pause the music. Okay. All right, let's listen. Okay. I think we've locked this one down. Oh, except for the extra text I need to add here.
Oturğulum bıyılday, kolda жоқтың қиынай, Ұстараның жүзіндей аударылған дүнияй. Жүруші едік той-тойлап, тұрғын бербеу бір байлап, Некі самақыз жарыз айтырмыз, әрде естіп
Okay, generally speaking, I'm very happy with that chapter. And then here, I think I mentioned the soundtracks for these sections. If I use the soundtrack, which I think I would lean towards, yes. I'll probably do that towards the end of this editing process. And then the same thing with the voiceover. So I'll do the voiceovers towards the end. Once we've got the B-rolls kind of locked in. So the hope is that in this section, there, if you're hearing my voice come through here, it should make sense. It should be like, here's my context of what just happened, and additional thoughts that I can relay. And I think it's important to get the voiceover at least for this intermission first, so it kind of helps set the scene of what this whole video is about. And then afterwards, I don't think I need as much voiceover on each of the intermissions, unless I really have something profound to say, which, Okay, so here's where we left off. And the only thing here, as we start this new chapter, is, let me double check how long the chapter is. So we're at 3 minutes, 6 seconds, and it goes until 5:36. So 2.5 minutes. I think that's way too long. How long was this first chapter? From 53 seconds. Well, technically from 47 seconds until 2 minutes. Yeah, so this was what, like a minute less than a minute and a half, right? So then I think the same principle should apply to this section. I think a minute and a half should be ideal. So let's see if we can cut the audio earlier. I guess I can work backwards because obviously we want the end of the song, right? Okay, so working backwards, we're at 5:40. What does that mean? We should make it about 1 minute and 30 seconds, something like that. A minute and a half. Oh, sorry. From 5:40, that means minusing, if we want a minute and a half, so then let's go to roughly like here. Is that right? Let's say if it's from like 4:10, it's like about 1.5 minutes. So let's see if there's like a moment here that could be where we start the song. Okay, perfect. Somewhere around here. So let's start shrinking this guy. I hope I'm doing the right thing. Let's see. And then maybe, just in case, I can extend this one a bit longer. It's not bad. I don't think we need this to fade in so slowly. And then let's just play around just a bit more. Hold on. If I give it a little bit more space. All right, let's see. Okay, yeah, I think that's a decent amount of time. So we're at, let's see, 3:07 to 4:50. Yeah, so it's roughly a minute and a half. So now, I think the opening, okay, so I think that's good. We've got a nice little J cut now that I'm learning all these filmmaking terms. So we got the nice J cut here. Then he kicks in. We've cut off a bit of the intro song. But I think that's okay because I don't want this video to be that long anyways. And this helps serve what I mentioned before, which is, let me just drag, whoops. Let's just drag everything. I think we were hovering at around 15 minutes, and I wanted this video to be slightly shorter than that. So now it's shaved off. Yeah, so now, right now, if we don't do any more cuts to the video, we're sitting at 14 and a half minutes for the entirety of this, which is good. And maybe we can shave off some more. Okay, so now, next step I want to do is, when should the first B-roll kick in? So obviously I want to do the establishing shot first. So we're hearing his voice kick in first. Then we see his, we see him fade into view. Also, let me turn off these, we'll do all the color grading at the end. So we got this guy. Now this is where it's a little bit like maybe I need to make the song a bit longer, because I feel like I want to be on him a little bit longer before we hit into the B-roll. But the song doesn't feel, there doesn't feel to be like a nice place. If anything, right here is where I think the B-roll should kick in, where you hear him start to sing. So from around here is where I would expect to see some B-roll kick in. Yeah, okay. That feels a bit more natural to me, in which case that means I should probably start the song a little bit sooner, or like have a little bit more space in the beginning. Let's see. Okay, that feels a little bit better to me. So just maybe. We'll fix everything later. Let's just drag everything first. A little bit more. Okay, now let's start cutting it up. So we want the establishing shot, so you see horse, rider, eagle all together. And then we can do a bit of close-up. So let's see what's the best shot. That one looks nice. That looks a bit more cinematic. And then the question is, do I want to do slow motion or not? I'm kind of indifferent. Slow motion usually I'm a big fan of, but then the soundtrack right now, obviously, or I say soundtrack, but his voice, his playing feels very fast action, and so I feel like the slow motion might conflict with the style of his performing. I don't know. Hello, Frangie. Wait, actually, I've never said your name out loud or fully. Is it Frangipani? Frangipan. Frangipane. Fran Gaipan. Anyway, sorry, I got a bit distracted. Hello, good morning, you say? Well, good morning to you. You're stateside, I forgot, right? Were you like West Coast? I forget. Well, yeah, good morning. Right now it is good evening on my end. We're looking at almost 8 p.m. I'm not sure how long I'm going to be streaming, I'm going to be honest, because I meant to do just a quick little session, and then I need to go to sleep early today. But my cats say hello. They're all just chilling here today. We got Nala over here. Nala, say hi to Frangie. Frangie works. Okay, say hi to Frangie. There you go. You got one yawn from Nala, and then Kimpop's too far away from me to get his attention, but Kimpop says hi as well. Thanks for being here, Frangie. How was your day then? My day was good. I was pretty productive. So got some work done, did a bit of research. I'm currently trying to plan a trip to Norway. So shout out to the Norwegians in my chat who convinced me that I should consider a trip out there. If all goes well, I'm going to try to do a trip to Norway at least twice this year. One for the dog sledding. I want to do like a travel documentary of like the dog sledding culture. And then 2 would be for the reindeer tribe that exist in some of the Nordic countries and then also Mongolia. So those are 2 kind of projects that I'm kind of working with as we speak. And the Norway trip, if this all works out, I would try to go beginning March or end of Feb and spend like 7 to 10 days doing one of those dog sledding expeditions. Can you imagine how crazy? I was watching a few videos earlier, but the experience looks fantastic. And I love the cold. I love filming in the cold. I love everything about the cold. So yeah, I think, and then I love animals. So then be able to get some close-up, adorable footage of these huskies and whatever else we see, right? So anyways, that was a bit of today. It was just doing some preparation for that, or research for it, I guess. Very cool. Yes, yeah, I think so. Now that we're in 2026, that is a big goal of mine, is to start doing more travel projects and travel vlogs. Try to take all the learnings from this past year of videography, cinematography, and start slapping it into some new trips. And also gonna start doing IRL live streaming. So I'll definitely start to do some live streaming, take you guys with me. So imagine even a dog sledding trip, but then imagine you get to join my live stream as we're freaking going dog sledding. Hopefully I don't fall over and act a fool, but those are the ambitions. And then right now I'm just working on a quick little video edit. So this is my second episode of Mongolia from a few years ago, and so I need to publish this onto my YouTube channel. So I'm just kind of going through it now. I'll play it from the beginning again, just do a palette cleanser, and let's see. Did I make this video? Yes. I actually made it on live streams. That sounds weird. That's a weird sentence. Hold on. So this is like the opening trailer, and then it kicks off into the first chapter. But yes, I did make this video. And what I meant to say, I don't know why that phrase sounded weird though. I made this video when I started doing live streams back in August. So that was actually part of the journey. Like for me, it's like I'm once I stopped traveling last year, about mid-year, like at the start of the summer, I had a few projects. I did end up traveling a couple times, but I stopped planning trips, and because I needed to catch up on all my videos from my previous trips. So I figured that's why I'll start to do live stream, because if I'm stuck in front of the computer all day editing my videos for YouTube, I might as well turn on the camera and just like talk, because I do like to talk. We be yapping. So yeah, so the first 20 something days of my daily live stream when I started in August, I just focused the whole time editing episode 1 of Mongolia. But the trailer, this trailer piece here that you just saw with the music when it kicked in, that was for episode 1, but it's also going to work for episode 2. So it's just like the universal trailer from my Mongolia series here. So that one I didn't really work on recently. This is from the work before. And now I'm just working through the meat of it. So we got our first chapter done, a little bit of this intermission scene where you see the eagle kicking in, and then I'm working on the second verse. This is incredible, says Frangie. Well, thank you very much. That is high praise. So thank you for that. You said 100% that's how I started on Twitch. I was like, hey, I could yap. Yes. If there was a yapping competition though, listen, I know you're the veteran, okay? You've been out there, I get it. But I could crush you in a yapping contest, okay? I could yap for days. So, but no, I hear what you're saying. And I think that is one of those, I'm assuming it's almost like a requirement if you're going to be a live streamer. You have to be able to just be comfortable talking and talking and talking. Although talking today, I'm noticing like my voice is a little bit off. Like I have to keep clearing my throat. I feel slightly congested, but not like in a sick way. It's just I feel it in my throat. Like today's probably a good day for me to not do a long stream, is what I'm saying. LOL, LMFAO even, says Frangie. Yeah. How was your day? Or I guess your day hasn't started. Hopefully you have a good day. Are you, what is today? Is today a Thursday? Yeah. Hopefully you're going to get some good work in today. Are you streaming today? Sounds like some tea is needed. Yeah, I need something. Yeah, that's what I feel like. It feels like I drink. Do you guys ever get this thing where like you drink water, but there's like a little bit of like the water's not clean, it feels like. So you get a thin film that feels like it's coating the inside of your throat. So you have to like constantly clear your throat, or there's just something there. You know? That's kind of how I feel right now when I'm talking for too long. I feel it. It's not good. So now I'm just working on the second chapter of the video. It's focusing on a pillar of the Altai people. So this is in the thick of winter. I think it's like in the western part of Mongolia, a place called Ulgi, close to Ulgi. It's the Altai Mountains. And so I was staying with a bunch of Mongolian eagle hunters. I think they're Kazakh by ethnicity. But yeah, I spent time with them in Mongolia. And so this chapter is kind of like, this video is basically dedicating I'm dedicating the video to the culture of the people I met there. So each chapter, it's basically told through their songs. So I was able to record a bunch of them when they were performing. And so I try to find the best songs that I recorded where it's clean, it has different tones to it or mood, and then which each of those songs I wanted to make it a part of a theme that I recognize, that I was able to observe while there. I don't know if anything what I just said made sense, because it's actually, here I was just bragging about how much I can yap. This coating on the throat or whatever I'm talking about here, it's actually making me speak. It's making it very difficult for me to speak. I don't know how to explain it. It feels like, you know, like some fitness people, they put the ankle weights on, and so then when they take it off, they're that much stronger and faster. I feel like I've got ankle weights. I got a throat weight, and it's just making it so hard for me to speak properly. So annoying, by the way. I sat down at my desk and my Mac Studio wasn't connected to the internet. So hopefully that is the only troubleshooting for the day. You're also a Mac Studio user? Hells yeah. I've got my Mac Studio here. It is a powerful machine. Sorry. Oh, but you were talking about it wasn't connected to the internet. How did that happen? Oh, you know what? I had troubleshooting issue this morning as well, or at the start of the stream, I mean. And unfortunately, the solution is like with everything else that an IT person will tell you, you just needed to turn it off and turn it on again, and it fixes it. So, a buddy of mine, we used to joke all the time because, like in the corporate world, you know, I'd be in the office and you had these IT people, and it's like 95% of the time when you go to the tech, their little tech booth or whatever, to be like, hey, my laptop's broken, this isn't working. Like, majority of the time, the solution was just like, hey, have you tried to shut off your computer and then turn it back on? And then you kind of like have this moment of like, don't treat me like an idiot. Don't treat me like a child. Are you serious? You're gonna give me that advice? And as you're about to like go into that rant, you realize that turning it off and turning it back on, it actually did fix the problem. And then you're just like, what the hell, man? Why are we paying you guys? I could be an IT guy because I can give that advice. I need to update it, and so I went to update it, and then the update wasn't there, so I turned it off and on, and it worked. Exactly. See? Case in point. So yes, LOL, I shut it off and on, and it worked. Such is life, you know? You overcomplicate things, and really, the solution's always just the same. Okay, so now where I'm struggling is we're kicking off with the B-roll. By the way, Frangie, do you do video editing as well? Or I know, obviously I know you do photography. I'm curious if you do video. And you know what? I'm gonna blow my nose. Maybe that will help. Let me give you guys my cats while I do that. Which cat? Let's go with Kimbap. Look at that handsome lad. Look at him, licking his chops. Mr. Kimbap, going back to sleep. You lazy. This guy. Okay, here we go. Clearing my throat again. Hopefully this gives me a little bit more ability to speak. All right. There we go. So what I was saying is, oh, wrong screen. Let's go back to editing mode. Oh, what the heck? See, okay, on my freaking TikTok again, it says gifting suspended and live visibility restricted. So it's giving me the same thing where it's saying this behavior is not in line with our policies. What was the policy that I broke? They don't explain it. And it's like, I was playing my own content. Did I say a naughty word? Did I say something? I don't think so. So annoying. Can I appeal it? Okay, I'm gonna appeal it just to ask, like, what caused this? The notice is unclear. I'm still not sure why I got this restriction. Nice. My live does not contain the content mentioned in the notice. TikTok should allow content like mine. I understand the decision, but the restriction is too strict or something else. So it's the first one. Cool. Frenji says, I used to create cooking videos for YouTube for a company, but since then I just avoid Premiere. Oh, you're a Premiere user. Okay. No judgments. I'm kidding, obviously. I wish I knew how to use Premiere. When I was like dabbling in video editing stuff, I tried Premiere and it was like so difficult. It was so hard for me to understand. it was like Photoshop for me, because I could barely understand how Photoshop works, and I could barely understand Premiere. Now, if I were to open up Premiere, I am curious if I would actually feel it's very intuitive. Now that my knowledge base has increased when it comes to editing videos, or at least knowing the terminologies and stuff like that, I am curious. But man, I made a Bollywood video. I don't even know if I still have access to the video, because I made it on a corporate outing as like a team bonding exercise. I freaking filmed and directed a Bollywood video, and it was so good. Oh my god. I spent all of Thanksgiving break back home just editing this and trying to figure out how to use Adobe Premiere. Actually, if I can find that video, I would love to play it, but I think it was like on an old YouTube channel. Man, can I find it? Fringe says video work uses a different part of my brain. Is this DaVinci? I think I spelled it wrong. Yes, you spelled it wrong, and yes, it is DaVinci. I just pay for that super expensive Creative Cloud. It is DaVinci. Oh wait, no, I spelled it wrong. Well, I spelled it right, but I missed a capital. It's like D lowercase v. It's like DaVinci. There we go. But yeah, I started learning DaVinci, and not that I'm not, in case you ever want to go back into video editing, I would highly recommend DaVinci, because one, DaVinci Resolve is free, or they have a free version which like has a lot of what you would actually need, I feel like, for most purposes, let's say, or it gets you pretty far with the free version. And as I've been learning about editing videos, it seems like DaVinci actually is the tool of choice for a lot of professional colorists. That was a word I learned recently. But yeah, when you want to color grade your footage, when you want to make your videos and stuff, it seems like DaVinci is actually the tool of choice for that. Whereas I think Premiere Pro is still considered the powerhouse, especially if you want to use like After Effects and do all the crazy visual effects stuff like that. And I'm not sure as much with Final Cut Pro where it lands on the tier. But all the best video color graders, video editors, I feel like they seem to be DaVinci users. So, and I'm a huge fan of it. Everything you've seen was made in DaVinci, right? So this whole thing had a lot of fun. And I didn't really even know what I was doing at the time, honestly. It's not until very recently that I feel a bit more comfortable understanding the techniques of like making a video properly. I was just like stumbling my way. Now we feel a bit more confident. Hello. We got Cat and Candle. Welcome back, Cat and Candle. Oh, obligatory cat. I don't have a candle. Oh wait, I used to. Well, sometimes I would light a candle on the desk in the far background there. So Cat and Candle, my name should be Cat and Candle. I should hijack that from you. I'll light a candle in my little dining table there. And there you go. I have what's the word I'm looking for? Subvert? No, I guess hijacked works, but BC is back. Yes, BC. The Falcon content is some of the best content I've seen from you. I love watching you edit that video. You mean the Golden Eagle? Thank you very much. The Golden Eagle. You confused me for a second because I was like, because I have filmed some falcons in Dubai, because you know they have a bunch of these like falconry is really big in the region. But these big boys are actually big gals. These are Golden Eagles, and something I learned just from these trips was that apparently the same thing is true for falcons. For these big birds of prey, the female are actually larger than the male, like significantly larger. So when these eagle hunters, when they like bond with the eagle, and when they like basically train an eagle from birth, or like, you know, to become a hunter, they usually look for the female eagles, not the males, because the females are stronger, bigger, faster, all that. So who knew? Same thing with falcons. So whenever you see them like with the falcons for hunting, it's all female. So the more you know. The Falcon. Thank you very much, though, BC. The photo you worked on yesterday of the leopard or jagger, was there video from that trip? Yes, actually, there was. I think I actually used it in my starting. I think it briefly shows up in my starting soon video. Hold on, is that true? Let me see. Because I think I filmed this leopard in 8K, because the leopard wasn't going anywhere. So I figured, and it was really far away. So I filmed a bit of it in 8K resolution, so that way I could compensate for the fact that it was so far. Actually, I'm curious, even this shot, what did I shoot it at? Yeah, so this shot, I had it at 560 millimeters. I'm pretty sure I shot with the 400. Yeah, so I shot with the 400 2.8. And then I flipped on the teleconverter. So this lens has a built-in 1.4x teleconverter. So that's what allowed me to get a bit more close-up framing here. Actually, that's not even the right framing, because I think yeah, so this is the original one, right? So this is the original shot. Let's just do as shot. This is the original shot, and then this is what I was trying to recrop and frame. Oh, hold on one second. Let me see if I can show you the video of this. Frangie saying 8K? Yes. You know what? I hear you, Frangie. It wasn't until I got more into like video, especially with wildlife, that I realized the importance of shooting in 8K. Because in my mind, I was like, before I got into video, I was like, why would I ever care about a camera that can shoot in 8K? I just thought it was one of those like super annoying, oh, okay, fine. All these latest cameras, they're announcing their features and like, oh, it can shoot in 8K. It's like, who gives a flying, you know, it's like, you can't watch 8K on a big screen right now. Most people, right? You're going to watch on your phone or on a big screen, but you know, like YouTube, I don't think really does 8K on, I don't know. But for wildlife photography or wildlife filmmaking, shooting in 8K is like, oh, that is such a luxury, because yeah, you're able to crop in so much, right? It's the equivalent of just being able to crop in a lot. I mean, I guess the same principle applies to photography as well, but just, I never thought of that in the same way. Hold on one second. So let me find my montage video. Yes, here we go. So let's see if we can find it in this guy. I'm pretty sure there's a moment in here somewhere where I've got it. Oh, where'd it go? Did I miss it already? I don't think so. Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah, because I was trying to coordinate the shots to match like the color. So, and also the fact that I had two cats here. So we had the leopard here, and then the leopard here. It's a little bit blurry here. You can't really see as much, but this was originally an 8K resolution, which then got, you know, I did a bit of cropping to it. This was also an 8K footage of the leopard there, this guy. So both of those were 8K and this was normal. I need to re-edit this video using Dehancer. Because apparently Dehancer has like a competition where you can like submit your work as long as you use Dehancer somewhere, right? So if I reproduce this video, put it on Vimeo, and then submit it, maybe I could win. That'd be awesome. Because basically this video is meant to just represent like, it was roughly like a year and a half of travels condensed into like 3 minutes. Anywho, and that is me. These are beautiful, says Frangie. Well, thank you very much. It's always nice to hear that. I've been very fortunate to be able to travel a lot of the world, and there is a lot of beauty everywhere around. And so if you are lucky enough to be able to travel, and if you got a camera, why not capture as much as possible? So that was part of the reason why I actually went from photography and shifted into video was I really want to hone my craft across both, where for me, if I care about traveling, if I care about storytelling, I want to make sure I arm myself with the best tools and the best knowledge to use those tools as possible, so then I can tell the best stories, I can share the best of the world. And that's where my mantra comes in. I sometimes say it in my YouTube videos, but basically I aim to share the best of the world with the rest of the world through my lens. Because it sounds nice, right? I don't know if there's a word for that, but it feels like it rhymes. Oh, it does rhyme. Share the best of the world with the rest of the world, kind of. You make me want to get out, explore the world, and photograph more wildlife. Well, I do appreciate that. I'm the other mantra. We're just about mantras today. The other mantra I have is I used to say all the time that my aim in life is to inspire and be inspired, and just have like that cyclical, rinse and repeat kind of a feeling of surround yourself with creative people that inspire you, and hopefully you inspire them. So then it's like a self-fulfilling, rising tides situation. Cat and Candle says, I need to spot. Fair warning, I mentioned it already. I can't speak today. Everything, like I feel slurred. I feel there's something in the back of my throat that just thickening. Yeah, I don't know what's going on today. Is my main point. Let me try again. I need to stop being. Okay, you know what? Actually, hold on a second. I'm gonna take back my apology for not being able to speak today. Cat and Candle, what the heck, man? This is on you. You're killing me here. I need to spot being get out and explore the world, because this. I need to start. Okay, let me interpret what you said. I need to start going out and explore the world because this looks so cool to do. Okay, and you corrected it. You said, I need to stop being lazy. Where did this word lazy come in? Yo, Luna Edits, thank you for the follow. Oh, we met a goal apparently. Or my Twitch thing just did a little celebratory dance. We hit some kind of goal. That's great. Oh, we hit 140 followers. Yes, we got there. And then not so nice. TikTok says, appeal not approved. We reviewed your appeal and confirmed that gifting and visibility for this live cannot be restored in recommendations and search results. What the heck? They don't even tell me what I did wrong. Anyways, thank you, Luna Edits, for the being the 140th follower. That means a lot. So thank you. You got edits in the name, so hopefully that means you're a fellow photographer or videographer or someone in that space. So if you ever have advice for me on doing something better, I always I accept. Or if you would like to join our Discord and share your work or meet other people in the space, feel free to join there as well. Cat and Candle said, I need to stop being lazy and explore the world because this looks so cool to do. I'm glad I could inspire you. Yeah. I like I said, I know it's a privilege, it's a luxury to be able to travel. And while I still can, while I don't have as many dependencies, while the money is still not completely out of my wallets or my bank account, I want to maximize as much of it as possible. And that's what I've been doing for the past like 5-7 years. And now I'm trying to hone in on sharing more of it properly through the live streams, through the YouTube channel and all that. BC says that video also inspires me to take more video on my shoots and put something together to showcase my own work / abilities. I think you should do that 100%.
You are truly an inspiration. Your videos, your editing, your travels, that's the way you showcase everything and carry yourself. Kudos to you and a huge thank you for sharing it all with us for the last 120 plus days now. Nikon cameras and all, much love.
Has it been 120 days? Dang. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate you saying that in your Hispanic accent. More power to you. Viva la... Wait, no, that's not Spanish, is it? No, it is, right? Viva la... Or is that French? It doesn't matter. I'm American. We don't know anything. Our education system sucks. Okay, don't blame me. But yeah, thank you, BC. That means a lot. It really does. And yeah, like I said, it makes me happy if I can motivate other people, and that motivates me to be better, to keep motivating, right? So it's a nice little lifestyle. I can't type today, so it's all good, and my typos probably don't help. Okay, we're all struggling today, so it's all good. Miss Luna Edits is a very fabulous portrait photographer. Well, snap. Well, let me make sure to follow you back. Let's see if it's easy to do here on my side. Yes, it's easy. Well, thank you, Luna. I live in Dubai, so just a quick little FYI. I call myself a wildlife and travel photographer, and now I've shifted more into YouTube and live streaming. But yeah, I do a lot more filmmaking these days and travel content. But yeah, so I grew up in the US and now I live in Dubai. So my time zone means I can't catch a lot of people's streams, unfortunately, because there's all these cool people that have followed me and support me. And I always feel bad that I'm not able to always do the same, just because I'm like halfway across the world. So my time zone kind of sucks ass for what I'm doing. But thank you very much, Luna Edits. If I can catch your stream at some point, I would love to check it out. Maybe put it on the background. Photo fam. Oh, and then well, hold on. Frangie mentioned you're a very fabulous portrait photographer. Ooh, okay. I feel like I can learn a thing or two from you, because portrait is definitely not one of the things that I focus on. I've been doing like portraits with wildlife, I guess, if that counts. But when I think of portrait, I'm thinking like with models or like family or people, and where you have to like position them. And I just suck at that, trying to tell like, okay, you need to stand here, you should do this kind of pose, and then good, boom, let's take the shot. I don't have that kind of vision. I need to build it. BC says, Yoba will always be your hype man, as I have from day one. Yes, you've been one of the OGs. I appreciate it, man. Not that you need it though. I always need the hype. I accept the hype always, and I need it always. So thank you for that. What I really need is honey water or something to clear the throat, but I don't have that. So thank you very much, Luna, and everyone. In case you're new to the stream, hopefully I was able to introduce myself properly. Oh wait, and also, of course, we got our lovely cats. How could I forget? This is why you stayed tuned into the stream. It's to see if my cats are still sleeping. 99% of the time, if they're there, they are just still sleeping. But we got Kimbap over here, and then we got Nala. So these guys will hang out with me on the stream. Thankfully, they love me enough that they hang out close to me. Nala is more needy. This is her. This is Nala. This is she. And then that's Kimbap. He's more like he has his own personal space. So he doesn't like to cuddle and stuff, but he likes to be close enough. Luna says, I love wildlife photography. The National Geographic magazines inspired me to be a photographer. You just reminded me. I did make it one of my goals this year is to actually like see if I could work with something like an entity like National Geographic. So even just like applying, I don't know. I don't even know what their process is, but going on their website and just seeing like, can I send an email to them and be like, hey, I would like to work on XYZ. I want to do that because there's no harm in putting yourself out there. So yeah. But yeah, National Geographic is definitely obviously one of the end states that you would like to be. I would like to be in. But I will also take this time to promote my YouTube channel. So if you want to see the type of work that I do these days, it is all on YouTube. So I started on Instagram, then I shifted from Instagram over to YouTube in the past 2 years. And now I'm trying to do more video content. So you'll see a lot more. Hopefully you'll enjoy, but I'm starting a new series on my YouTube channel. The first episode, hopefully I'll be able to publish it in a few days, called Behind the Lens. And ironically, I'm in front of the lens in the shot, but the point is you get a little bit more behind the scenes of me talking to you in a casual way. So I'm trying to take the learnings from live streaming and like talking forever, but then trying to condense it into more bite-sized chunks of video content. So yeah, you should look forward to that on my YouTube channel. Hopefully it'll be entertaining. Hopefully, that's a big one. But yeah, besides that, we do a lot of this video editing stuff. So I'm going to start from here again. I will replay this over and over and over again because the video is not done yet. So this is going to be episode 1. Sorry. This is episode 2 of my travel vlog series in Mongolia. And this is the opening trailer. Ignore the text because the text is placeholder from the first episode. But let's go. And then this video is going to be mostly just song based. So I have it written here, but basically this first verse is called Kinship. And I have a quote here. Thanks, shout out to ChatGPT, I think it was. But anyways, the point is the fire is small, the circle is wide. I just want to convey what is the first verse about. It's about kinship. It's about camaraderie. And it's one of the pillars of the people, the Altai people that I got to spend time with. And so basically this whole video, episode 2, is meant to be, I don't know if homage is the right word, but it is meant to just be a video to shine a light on the people, the culture that I got to spend time with, and point out what I thought were the key pillars that represents the people there. So the first one is kinship, or basically the camaraderie that I saw, the community aspect of the people. So, for instance, all these guys are eagle hunters. They're very nomadic, and yet they are very communal at the same time. So it's a nice little kind of juxtaposition. And we were all going out for a hunt, but it was way too cold because it was negative 40 degrees. So we all huddled inside one of their homes, and just to warm everyone up, the eagles, the horses, us. And while we were there, the other family members inside the home, they started cooking up a feast for us. They popped open the Mongolian vodka and some tea and instruments, and we just started taking shots and enjoying each other's company. So I thought that was amazing. It was a wonderful experience. And yeah, I think camaraderie and the kinship is a key part of what I think represents the Altai people. And so then, yeah, the point is each of these verses then, I recorded some of them singing at different points throughout the trip. And so then hopefully the song should convey that mood of the theme. So in this one, it's about kinship. Hopefully the song feels very energetic and upbeat. And then I slot in B-roll that I captured that hopefully fits into that theme as well. Okay.
Oğlum bıyılday, kolda joktun kıyınay, ustaranın yüzünde yavdarılan dünyay. Türkiye'de toylap, sorun bir baylay, hatta izlep girgende söyleseyim baylay. Beygatınday gelip sen tağalanın
Man, a lot of drinking. All right, and then we kick into the intermission. So my current thought process is when in between each verse will be some footage that I have of the eagles in flight. I have a number of these kind of really cool slow motion cinematic shots of the eagle that I captured when it was in flight. So I figured that could be our palette cleanser in between the verses, aka the intermission. And during these intermissions, I will also then probably add in some voiceover to provide the much needed context of like just kind of filling in the gap of like, okay, what is the point of this video? Why did you just listen to them singing? Why was it called kinship? Just tightening it up a little bit. I guess the word would be exposition. So providing a bit more exposition. But having nice visuals to keep people entertained while you're hearing me give the boring exposition. And then, okay, so that's what we got. Then we kick into the next verse, which is called The Hunt. So then here, all the B-roll should apply to showcasing what it's like, the lifestyle, right? This is like technically the backbone of everything in a ways, because one of the unique aspects of the Altai people is the fact that they're nomadic, the fact that they're hunters, right? These guys are hunting with their eagles. They go out to the mountains. They hunt and they eat what they hunt and they turn it, like, you know, everything, right? It's a very unique aspect of their lifestyle. So I figure I might as well dedicate a chapter or a verse to that lifestyle called The Hunt. And then all the B-roll then will be showcasing the eagles, the hunter, you know, the horse as they're going out on a hunt. Wow. Okay. So let's see how it looks. Okay, so that was like the first shot, right? I figured the first shot, and it doesn't mean this will actually end up being the right one, but the first shot should probably show all three characters, right? Eagle, hunter, horse, all in one. So this becomes our quote-unquote establishing shot. And then we can start to do a bit more tight shots of each of them. So then we'll switch to more like a portrait shot of them. So then in the beginning, we're just kind of setting the scene. These are the characters for the hunt. And then I think I'll shift over into showing a bunch of the hunters all together as we're now riding off towards the mountain to start the hunt. And then as we mix in some of the shots of the ride itself, at some point, I probably will switch over to showing the eagle in flight, but in real-time speed. And that's as far as I thought it through. Because we didn't actually have a successful hunt because the weather was way too cold. We saw one rabbit. I wasn't able to film it. So yeah. But it doesn't really matter. It's just more about showcasing their lifestyle. So we've done a bit of the hard work already in the sense of finding all the potential clips that can be used. So I need close-up shots. Now I know I have like some hero image or hero shot to use. This one's a nice one as well. So I think seeing maybe in slow motion. Although, like I said, I don't know if I want to show these in slow motion. Let me bring this over though. Because the one problem I have with this, if I play it in slow motion, like I said, the mood shifts entirely. And the song is very fast-paced. Also, I don't have that much space, so let me see. Let's mute that for now.
Yeah.
But slow motion is just so cinematic, you know? Like, you can't beat the cinema level that you get.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm of two minds. Like I said, I don't actually know what's the better approach, because there is something really cool about seeing the slow motion. Because like when you see the eagle, obviously spread the wings, it just lets every frame hit, right? It hits hard, which is good. But does it fit with the song that's playing? So first thing I'll do, let me just start cutting this up a bit better for like potential moments. So something like this. And then probably all of this is not as good. So let me get rid of that. There's something here that looks nice. Roughly maybe from here. From here. Yeah, between these two moments. I think I like the first clip more than the second one. First clip had a bit more kind of like action going on. So if I had to choose, this was the winner. And like I said, the question then becomes, do I play it in real time or not? So here's what we'll do. Let me just duplicate this guy. And then let's go ahead and change the clip speed back to 100%. Because yeah, now it's like when you see it in real time, I almost feel like it's too fast, right? And there's probably like a happy medium somewhere there as well, but let's see. Let's lean towards slow motion. Let's just take a little bit here. It's okay. It's not like screaming at me as like, oh, this is excellent. Oh yeah, we do have this shot. So we do have like a money shot. This is not even the money shot, I don't think. We have a better one. Because then we have it in the beginning of in the trailer, right? Yeah, this shot here. So let me just double check. What is that footage? 053. 0053. We'll see if it pops up. Maybe a potential horse close-up here. So this could be one. So let me bring that over. This one's a nice portrait, but we're missing the horse. Well, horse kind of shows up there. There's something about this shot or there's something nice about seeing, if I stabilize the footage and see a nice little kind of like, what do you call this, an orbit shot? It feels like a nice intro shot because you're seeing the landscape, you're seeing them obviously looking like they're ready to go on the hunt, right? They look ready to set off. But I didn't do a good job filming that moment. Oh, here we go. This would be a better one then. Oh yeah, okay. So maybe if I have a shot where you see him getting on the horse, that does feel a bit more definitively like, okay, we're about to go on a hunt. The only problem is the shot here itself doesn't look that good. Or maybe I can fix it a bit, but obviously it's very, very dark here. And I honestly, I don't want to even find the raw footage. It's like in one of my hard drives somewhere. BC says, I have a question. It's a bit off topic regarding what you're editing. Lay it on me, man. Like I said, I don't know how much longer I'm streaming anyways, right? I can barely talk, so. So this one kind of maybe could work. Okay, this is a decent one because now this feels more like you're venturing off. The hunt has started. But I want to prioritize shots where you see a bunch of them all going together as a group. Like it's a big hunt. BC says, I just watched the Snow Leopard Tiger India video on YouTube. While they're different experiences completely, which did you enjoy more? The India big cat work or the African safari? I think the Snow Leopard trip was way more memorable, for sure. I'm like a huge fan of tigers. So, but the thing is, like, the only issue I had was I only had one good sighting of the tiger when I was in the Jim Corbett National Park. So I was very, very unlucky with sighting. Like literally the first day we saw that tiger that I filmed, and then I think I was there for 5 more days or something like that. 3 to 5 more days, I forget. But literally had 0 sightings of tigers after that. So that kind of sours my memory of it. Not in like, I say sour, but I don't really mean it that way. There's another mantra. Oh, let me introduce you to my third mantra that I always say this to my clients. I say, expect anything, enjoy everything. And I think that's a good mantra for life in general, but it's doubly good for wildlife photography, wildlife trips, because you can't really predict what nature will do or what wildlife, like what kind of wildlife you'll see or if they show up. So as part of that, it's always good to, I don't know if like having low expectations is always a good thing, but instead of lowering your expectations, it's more saying increase your expectations to be more open-minded of anything being possible, right? So it's like a different way to frame it. But anyways, it sounds catchy too. So I would say expect anything, but enjoy everything. And if you go with that mantra, I think you'll be successful as a wildlife photographer going on these wildlife trips, because you'll get disappointed way too often. Be back in 3 minutes. Wait, the ads are 3 minutes long. Jesus. Well, here I am about to give you some really good wisdom. I'm laying it thick. You gotta wait for the ads. Freaking ads, man. Well, I'll leave the rest for when you come back. Wait, does Twitch really? I need to observe Twitch a bit more. If you're streaming, if you're watching someone stream on Twitch and you get hit with an ad, you basically it disrupts the actual viewing, and when your ad is done, it just shows you the Twitch stream in the current state, is my assumption. Anyways, let me type it in the chat for you. Expect anything, enjoy everything. Boom. Maybe I'll get that as a tattoo someday. I'll just get EAEE tattooed on my wrist or something. But yeah, so anyways, BC, I don't think you'll be able to hear me right now. But the key thing I was trying to mention is that snow leopard, the tiger, I love tigers. I just didn't have any good sightings except for the first day. But Jim Corbett National Park is a beautiful park. I went there in the winter time, and oh my God, it was freezing. I was freezing my ass off. But every time you go out there in the morning safaris, the mist would cover everything. And it's very, very surreal. It looks beautiful. It's just a, you know, a nice environment to kind of just enjoy what's going on around you. It would have been even better if a tiger came through the mist. You know, if it came out of the mist. I wasn't that lucky though, like I said. The snow leopard experience, also very, very tricky. I think I feel like snow leopard trips need to have a huge caveat. There needs to be like a big disclaimer for anyone that's offering a snow leopard photography trip. Because, or not even for photography, if you're offering a snow leopard tour, you need to provide huge disclaimers that it is very, very difficult to be able to get a photographable moment of the leopard, unless you're lucky, right? Just because these guys are so far away on like completely different mountains sometimes, so you might just see a speck. It's just like a tiny dot on your sensor. It's a you can't even see it with your naked eye. You need to like have binoculars, right? So it's just one of those things where I don't think it was conveyed to me properly that it's very tough. When you see a National Geographic shot of a snow leopard or whatever, and you're like, wow, look at this close-up footage or this photo of the snow leopard. You're like, I want that. The chances of you getting that are like really slim to none. Low Base is in the chat, says, how is you? I'm doing very good. Thank you for being here. We're just giving a, well, BC had asked me a question of my previous trip or my recent trip to India, where I did the snow leopard tour and the tiger tour. What was my favorite? BC, I was talking to you for the last 3 minutes, just FYI. But I can repeat myself. That is kind of the annoying thing about Twitch. Is there not like a rewind function or like a speed up function? Because usually in my off time, I'm watching YouTube or even like a YouTube live stream, because you can just rewind it. I have YouTube Premium. That's the other thing. But like, you know, you can just 1.5x the speed and catch back up. I thought Twitch was doing a thing where they introduced vertical ads, or like the ad would play next to the actual video, but maybe that only happens occasionally. I'm not sure. Well, listen, BC, I'll give you the TLDR. I enjoyed the snow leopard experience more, although I think I really love tigers. It's just the sightings weren't that good. The nature is beautiful in Jim Corbett National Park, and then for the snow leopard experience, it's so I was in Ladakh part of India. The people are amazing. The experience, they were very professional. But same thing, I wasn't the luckiest when it came to leopard sightings. And the one thing I was just briefly talking about is that it is so difficult to actually see a snow leopard up close. Like the chances are only if the snow leopard had a successful hunt, if it took down like an ibex or something, then the leopard will stay around that area as it finishes off the prey, because then obviously it'll keep feeding on the animal. So, and then also you know where to expect the snow leopard, so then it's a bit easier to predict, okay, we're going to set up the cameras, we know where to situate, because the snow leopard's going to have to come back here to keep eating. Only if you were that lucky, the chances are pretty low that you'll get some really nice shots, unless you're shooting. I brought like a 600mm lens with me. I was borrowing it from Nikon, and even then you're just struggling to get anything of good quality. Lobe says, you probably didn't see the announcement, but I'm making a major update to the bot that will fix it so that when people are in shared chats, bot messages only appear in the source channel and not the shared chat. It requires a major rewiring. Okay, nice. Well, thank you for sharing. I did not see the announcement. I'm really bad with notifications, but I appreciate the effort that you're putting into it. But yeah, I think everyone should go on a snow leopard trip sometime. It was so much fun. It's the landscape is beautiful. The people there. It's like a different part of India. It doesn't feel like, you know, it doesn't feel like India. You feel like you're in a completely different country. Okay, so maybe somewhere in the middle, I'll have some shots of the eagle here. We do have a nice close-up of the eagle here. So maybe using some clips from that part. I need to find the close-ups first. Oh, this could be an interesting start to the video. Hold on, let me see. So it could be this, you know, not this full thing, but it could just be that landing moment. And then coming in here as an introduction to the all the characters, right? Possibly. Hold on. Let's see if there's a better one. Maybe, if I slow it down. I'm kind of struggling here trying to figure this out. Oh, but we do have some nice horse close-up here, potentially. So let's drag these guys over. And then I want to test out my quote-unquote theory. If I take this part. Let's just see if it looks good. 1 second. All right, let's try again. Maybe, I'm not sure. It doesn't look too bad. This doesn't look bad as a sequence. Sequence-wise, it doesn't make sense. I should start with it landing, or no, in flight and then landing. Okay, I need more work to do on this, clearly. But it's almost 9 p.m. I did mention I wanted to do a shorter stream today, and I've been struggling to speak today. It's been so annoying. It is what it is. So I think I will say my parting thoughts here. Let's just you know, chill a bit. Take a stretch. I am disappointed in myself with how slow I am with this video, though. I've been taking way too long on it. I have an issue of being too much of a perfectionist, but saying that sometimes sounds... I think when you hear someone say I'm too much of a perfectionist, it sometimes feels like a Is self-flagellating the right word? It sounds like you're like praising yourself. It's like when someone says, "What is your weakness?" in an interview, and you're like, "Oh, I work too hard," or something like that. But I don't necessarily mean it that way. Like, there are some good things about being a perfectionist, and in many other ways, it's detrimental to progress or to being productive. And so I've been kind of struggling through that recently, especially with this video, where there's like so many ways I could probably just, you know what, you don't need to strive for perfection. This is just meant to be like, hey, get some nice shots, put it all together. It's all there. I have all the ingredients here. So there's a world where I should be able to do this very quickly, and I don't live in that world, unfortunately. So I don't know if that can be something I ever change about myself in terms of being less of a perfectionist, or being able to just be more, you know, just like F it, move on type thing. But listen, what can you do? But today was a good day, even for the short stream. Max Confusion, thank you very much for watching on Kick. That's also been really nice to see that people are enjoying my stream on the Kick side, because I, you know, as much as I was streaming on all three, I did take a pause from it recently. So we are back over on the Kick side of things. Obviously, we're on the YouTube and Twitch side. So yeah, I appreciate everyone for your support. TikTok as well. Thank you again for those of you who hopped in on the TikTok side. Although, again, almost every stream I try on TikTok, I inevitably get hit with some kind of a, what do you call it? One of those shadow ban type things where it says like, hey, we're suspending you from the visibility because you did something wrong. But they don't tell you what you did wrong. And I'm wondering, maybe it's one of the soundtracks that I'm playing. Maybe for some reason it has a bit more strict copyright issue, even though everything's licensed. But they don't tell you when it happens or what caused it. So I'm just gonna have, it's like there's no shot I can figure it out unless I just mute music on the TikTok side. I might try that on the next one. But yeah, I appreciate you guys over there. And then those of you on the Twitch side, I need to be better. I need to make a better habit of doing the raids whenever I'm not abruptly ending the stream. So let me just see if there's anyone that is streaming right now that I can hop you guys over to. Ooh, we have someone doing an IRL stream. Oh, wait, no, we got Cat and Candle. Hey, okay. We have Cat and Candle, who was in my stream earlier. So let's go ahead and give her a raid. If you guys don't mind, I'm going to throw you guys over to Cat and Candle, who is part of our community, also an artist. And it looks like Cat and Candle. And also it's got cat in the name, so how can you really complain, right? Working on some website stuff and chilling. Nice, nice. Those are the vibes we're always looking for. Cat and Candle says, oh, you're here. Oh, nice. What's up, Cat and Candle? I'm a man. Sorry, yeah, I couldn't tell, or like I didn't know. So I just kept saying Cat and Candle, Cat and Candle. But thank you very much, Cat and Candle, for being here. I appreciate your presence, and I appreciate everyone's presence, honestly, right? Obviously. But yeah, thanks for being a part of the stream today. It was a shorter stream, as I mentioned, but tomorrow is Friday. I should be streaming tomorrow as well, most likely. And yeah, I just got a lot of work I have to figure out in the meantime. But thank you guys. I'm going to